I live in a big city called Crestview. It's a busy place with tall buildings and lots of people. I live with my wife, Sarah, and our little dog, Max. I work as a night security guard at a big office building. My job is to make sure everything is safe while everyone else is home sleeping. It was a regular Friday night at the office building I worked. I had done this job for over a year, and I thought I knew every sound in this place. The hum of the air conditioning, the clicking of the intercom, the creaky floors. Nothing surprised me anymore. However, this night was different. As I sat in my little security desk, watching the camera feed, I felt an unease creeping in. The silence was heavy, and the darkness outside was like a thick blanket. Around midnight, I noticed something strange on one of the security cameras. It was a shadow moving in the lobby. I leaned in closer, squinting at the screen. At first, I thought it might be a trick of the light, but then it happened again. A dark figure moved quickly across the camera's view. I grabbed my flashlight, feeling my heart racing in my chest. I carefully made my way to the lobby, shining my light everywhere. I checked behind the reception desk, behind the doors, everywhere, but there was no one there. I returned to my desk, trying to shake off the feeling that I was being watched. I thought I had imagined it, but then I noticed more odd things on the cameras. The elevator doors were opening and closing by themselves. No one was there to press the buttons, but the doors moved as if someone was inside. Now my heart was pounding louder. I picked up the walkie-talkie and tried to contact the other guards, but there was no answer. Feeling uneasy, I decided to check the floor above me. I climbed the stairs and stepped into the dimly lit hallway. It felt cold up there, and I could hear a faint whispering. I followed the sound, my flashlight flickering with each step. Then I saw it again, another shadow darting around the corner. I took a deep breath and followed the shadow, my courage shaking. As I turned the corner, I found myself at the door to the old conference room. The door was slightly ajar, creaking softly, inviting me to come in. I pushed the door open, and the room was empty. The chairs were neatly arranged, but something felt wrong. There was a sudden chill in the air, and I started to see my own breath. I turned to leave, but then I heard it. A voice. It sounded like someone was calling my name softly. I froze. I felt compelled to find the source, even though fear was coursing through me. I stepped back into the hallway, listening closely. The whispers came back, leading me to the nearest stairwell. I looked down the stairwell, but it was dark and cold. Summoning all my courage, I went down the stairs. With every step, the feeling of dread grew stronger. When I reached the bottom, I saw a shadow moving again. This time, it was more defined, and it looked like a person. A man stood there, gazing at me with empty eyes and a sad expression. "Who are you?" I managed to stammer. He didn't answer. I couldn't help myself. I walked toward him, even though my instinct screamed to run. As I got closer, the man faded away, like mist. Now I was standing alone in the dark, heart racing. I rushed back to the security desk. I checked the cameras again, and the man in the suit was gone. It was just the normal view, empty hallways and quiet rooms, but I could still feel his presence. My mind raced, wondering if I had really seen the man, or if it was all in my head. But then I remembered the whispers, that lonely call for help. It was all too real, and when I looked back at the camera, I saw him again. His face showed worry. His mouth opened as if he was trying to tell me something. This time, I didn't want to turn away. I couldn't shake the feeling that he was still there somehow. I decided to call the police, though my hands were sweating and my voice shook. Yes, I need help at the old office building on 1st Street. There was silence on the other end, and then a voice came back, saying they would send someone right away. But I didn't want to wait. My only chance was to solve this mystery myself. I grabbed my flashlight once more and headed towards the basement, where I felt the whispers were leading me. With each step down, I felt the chill again, like ice wrapping around my chest. As I reached the bottom, The shadows danced on the walls. It felt like a twist in my stomach. I heard the voice again. Help me. But this time, it was louder, almost angry. Suddenly, I felt a rush of wind, like someone had blown out a candle in the dark. The shadows thickened, wrapping around me. My eyes darted around in panic. I turned to run back up the stairs, but the shadows grabbed my legs. I fought against them, yelling for help. I heard footsteps above me. Security, is anyone down there? It was the officers. As they reached the stairs, the shadows let go. I stumbled toward the voice, gasping for breath. When I finally reached the officers, I turned back to point at the shadows, but behind me, there was nothing. The basement was empty. They asked me what happened, but everything vanished, just like the shadow. I told them everything, and they looked at me with concern. But deep inside, I knew I had found something that night. A call for help, a mystery to be solved. No one would believe me, but the echoes of that night still haunt me. Was it just the shadows, or something deeper beneath this building? Could there be more than just physical walls? I may never know.